Okay, wow. This is not like the best place to record lighting wise, but as you can probably tell, I'm in the garage. Gosh, I just can't do this. Oh, yeah, there you go. Now you can't see what I'm looking at. Okay, guys. Oh, are you kidding right now? Hold on. Gosh, okay, here. Look at me. Hi, good morning. If you're new here, you're gonna get motion sickness. So, because I don't know where my tripod went. That thing got 3 legs, just took off. It's had 3 legs. What? What am I talking about? Anyways, let me show you what I got going on here. It's a whole, it's a process, okay? Wow. Am I growing a beard? You know, it's okay. Alrighty then. So, some of you may know already, I'm painting my kitchen green. The white is not my thing. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but so like the whole style in my house, I'm sure some of you like think it looks farmhousey, which at some point I was trying to attempt. But if I'm talking about, being real and raw, and I hate to admit it, but it's going to feel good after I admit this. Like, I don't hate me, okay? Okay, hold on. Goose, blah, 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 or whatever. I don't like farmhouse style. I said it. I don't. I don't. I will admit there's some cute things, but I'm not that Hobby Lobby shopping type of person. They have cool things, but mainly my kids like to go there for like little toy trinkets and stuff. But as a influencer, I don't like that. As a YouTuber or whatever, you just hop on these trends. And now don't take this the wrong way. I feel like everyone is just full of hate these days, and they're like, oh my gosh, that means she doesn't like my house. Like, I don't watch. So the people that I watch on YouTube, I don't watch for the decor, that they show. I don't watch for like the way their house looks. I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna do this and do that. I watch them because I like them as a person, and I think they're funny, or they're motivating, and I watch them for the reasons that you should watch them. Which again, the lighting, I know. Which brings me to my second point is that's not my style. It's really not. It's funny, my dad, I don't really ever talk about family that much on here. Or I do, obviously, like my brother passing, but don't click off. It's not going to be a sad video. But so back to my dad though. My dad has more of like, I don't know what you would call it, but not knowing anything about style, I would call it a woodsy type of style. And I feel like I really share that style with him. And I also kind of share my mom's style, which is, I don't know, she just loves to decorate, and like somehow she could take all kinds of different styles, put them together and make it her own style, and it's beautiful. So my style is also, by the way, sorry, I'm all over the place. Welcome to my channel. But my mom is Italian. She's half Italian, and I'm a quarter Italian. I didn't believe I was a quarter Italian until I took that test thing, and then I was like, okay, she didn't lie to me. Good job. But anyways, so I like the kind of like Tuscan or like that kind of style, Italian stuff, anything to do with that. I like that because I feel like it's personal to me. Do I speak Italian? No. I can barely cook Italian food. But it doesn't matter. I'm Italian. I'm Italian. Oh my God. I'm going to have so many subscribers leave after this video. Just kidding. I really don't care. Okay, I lied. I do care, but not as much as you think I do. What the hell am I talking about? Is that better? Can't hear you. um, what am I talking about? Okay, so the whole white, not me, is not me at all. I like color, and I don't like faded color. Like I like bold colors, not like hot pink. I don't know. It depends on like if it's paired with something. Like black can look good with any. Black makes things look good. Black with pink looks good, but it's not really my thing either. I like black with purple. That's always cool. Or like if you have like a Chevelle and it's silver with black racing stripes. I love those. Um, why am I talking about cars? So back to the kitchen. The kitchen was all white, right? Painted it green. Got that. You haven't seen it yet. Well, maybe you have. Who knows? Anyways, these cabinet doors. All those cabinets in the kitchen. So this whole house basically was like full of wood. And I think it was just like a little too much wood. I love wood. So don't get me wrong, that's not why I was painting everything. It's just the trim and then the kitchen and then everything else. And then I got stuck into this YouTube like thing thinking like, oh my gosh, no one's gonna follow me if I don't have a farmhouse style, even though I'm not in a farmhouse. That is the most number one reason why I don't really like it. So I feel like half the people that do the style are not even in a farmhouse, and it just seems weird to me. And then they have the farmhouse signs, and then I even fell into that little hole. I said, welcome to my farmhouse, and then I'm staring at it every day going like, why am I doing this? This is not real. If I want to be real, like I'm going to make my house how I want it. Oh yeah. So anyways, the cabinet doors, I have used stripper to take the white paint off, and that stuff is so sticky and messy and gross. So I hate using it, but I strip off the majority of the paint. And then, because I don't want to waste the sandpaper on that, because that's just a waste. Sandpaper to me is like gold. It's like having milk in the fridge. You need that stuff. So I have been sanding the cabinet doors to the cabinets. So it's going to have wood doors on the top parts of the cabinets, but the bottom will still be painted. So I didn't want like, I don't know, my vision is like nice and green, like this beautiful green on the bottom. It almost makes me think of like emerald green. Anyways, all on the bottom, and then the whole pantry is all green just because I didn't want that to be all weird. So I'm doing like from the fridge, if you guys know my kitchen, it's like one wall has the fridge, pantry, and there's a cabinet above the fridge. That's all going to be painted. Don't mind this. I'm old. So, by the way, I'm 37. If you guys didn't know, I know I don't act my age. How do you even act your age? Like, how do you not act your age? Do I act my age? How can you say I don't if I am my age and I'm whatever? So, I am sanding the fronts. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to quit rambling because I'm just digging a hole, and we're going to sand. Okay. So I also wanted to mention that my pantry before, I'm going to show you. So here's one of the cabinet doors in my pantry before. On my pantry, this is not the pantry door. Okay. But if this was my pantry door in the past, what I did is this was wood, or I believe, no, I painted everything white on the pantry, but this inside part, I left wood, I believe. Or it was the other way around. I think it was the other way around. I painted the inside of this white. That's what it was. I painted the inside part all the way around white, but this part on the edge and the inside part here was wood. Just so you know. Just had to throw that in there for those of you who probably already know why I'm saying it, but If you don't know, it's fine. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably realize why, but just throwing that in there. Little disclaimer. What the hell is a disclaimer? Anyway, so my husband, by the way, yeah, my husband, what? Crazy. Really happy about that. So he got this from a buddy of his. It comes with like a whole case. Let me show you real quick. So here is the case that it came with. And it's got like different, shapes and everything. This is what you put the sandpaper on. I mean, you don't put the sandpaper right on here, but you know what I mean. This is the little holder thing, connector. And it has a ton, like so many, right? So it's like, oh, why didn't you just use them all and waste them, right? Because I'm not wasteful. Try not to be anyways. But thought that was pretty cool. So not that nothing these days comes with a case, but you know what I mean? It's pretty cool. So, oh, by the way, back on the whole black makes things look good. That is my bike, because I'm trying to be cool and show you that I have a motorcycle. But what I don't tell you is it's only a 250. Anyways, back to the bike. See the rim? It's actually like a reflective tape of green. I love green. It's not my favorite color. I don't have a favorite color. By the way, that's a Kawasaki Ninja, if you didn't know. And then also about the favorite color thing, I don't have a favorite color. I know I'm so weird. It's not like I've never had a favorite color. But, because growing up, I just realized, through the many, many, many years, long time ago, I realized that I like every color. I at least like one shade of every color, even yellow. So, all right, yellow's a happy color. Come on. But let's get into the sanding, because this video has been all talking. I know I'm not trying to be fancy today with angles and stuff, but this is the before. It already looks sanded. I did try, but it's still got gunk on the edges, and I actually want to sand the back down a little bit. So let's get into it. There's still some life in that, but I'm actually going to switch it out. I'm not going to throw that away though, just in case, because you can actually just take this by hand and, whoops, you can take this by hand and use this part, but, so I'm going to save that for the little parts that I couldn't really get to. Where is the open pack? What in the heck? Huh. I don't know where it went. So, shoot. I don't even know where my coffee went. I have to make another cup. Okay, so I didn't make coffee yet, but I was looking for a pack that was open. Like, they're obviously all in front of my face, but I was trying to find the open pack, and I didn't realize, like, it's not going to really look open. It's a little flap that pops right back down, so it looks new. But I'm using, what am I using? I want to say, no, not 80, 50. Up close and personal. I'm using 50 grit. Look at me talking like I know what I'm talking about. Isn't it cute? Anyways, I don't know. I know that, like, the smaller, like, number, the more gritty it is. Grit. 50 grit. And then it's to get, like, the thicker stuff off. Let me show you what is going on down here. Okay, this is not the one I was just sanding, but that kind of stuff is what you would use for, like, the smaller number of grit. And this is the back. I was just trying to get in there and just get the gunk off. That mess right there came from, like, me trying to use the stripper, and it just got all over from me, like, touching it with gloves and everything. But here is this. I'm gonna lay that down. Oops. Sorry about blur. I try very hard on my videos to, like, tap my screen because it's a phone. But I understand, like, if you watch YouTubers whose phone takes forever or camera takes forever to focus, they're probably generally, for the most part, using an actual camera. I use a camera, but it's a phone. Okay. So when I said I can use that little bit that's still good, I can, like, get into that area a little bit better. Because it does have a point, but the problem with that is this has a edge, and I don't want this edge to be super uneven, and I could already feel like it's not bad, but anyways, so all that, I did as much as, like, I could, and I tried to sand that part, but I think it's, like I said, getting on the edge too much, so I'm just gonna by hand do that. I'm not gonna sand anymore, or I am not going to record myself sanding anymore, but I had to show you because I was thinking, like, with projects and stuff, I'm one of those people where if I'm watching a video and you don't see someone doing something and then they said they did it, like, sometimes I wonder, you know, so, but I can assure you that my husband has not done any of this. I wish he did. But I don't want him to, actually, because I like doing things myself, and I ask for help when I absolutely need it, or if I just want it done, like, quicker, you know, because we have a baby girl. I have two sons, an 18-year-old and a 13-year-old, and I have a baby girl, so it's hard to get things done fast. So I had to throw that in there, because if you are new here, that will make a lot more sense of, like, why it takes me forever to do things. So I'm gonna make some more coffee, and we'll see where this takes us. It is pouring outside, you guys. I'm in Washington, by the way. Here is the pantry. I still have touch-ups I have to do now because I didn't clear coat everything, because I want to clear coat after I'm done completely painting, because I don't want to flip-flop back and forth. So as you guys can see, we're in the kitchen. That is what I mean. The bottom section down here is all cabinets and drawer fronts are green. And then where the doors are off, those are going to be wood. And I don't know exactly if I want to stain the wood or what. I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm just sanding it down for now. And then I didn't want, since the pantry, I thought, well, if I'm keeping the bottom painted, I don't want, like, for the pantry, it's so tall. I didn't want painted down here and then wood up here. So I figured I'd paint the whole pantry. So that's why this whole wall, oops, sorry about that, is going to be painted, cabinet doors painted. And then this is what I was talking about. The pantry used to be, this was wood and this was wood. Like I'd never painted, before it was ever painted, I left this part wood and the inside part was painted white. So, but I don't want to be, I don't want to do that this time, because it honestly, in a kitchen, it was too much. Because I thought about that. I was like, well, I could do what I did before. And like looking back at my old videos, it was not, it's just, it's not my thing. It's a little bit, it's cluttered in a way to me. Like I'm really trying to declutter my house, and visually to me, it was cluttering. It looked cluttered, which is weird because how can it be cluttered? It's a door, but so I think it'll look really pretty though. Actually, let me just show you guys what it'll look like. Hold on. So I'm gonna pretend those are not doors, but oh, here we go. Oops, where is it going? Can you see what I mean? The grain with this, I mean, it's obviously not going to look like this, but I do like that. I just wish I don't know. We will see, but I do think that green is really pretty. I'm going to turn off the light real quick so you can see. And I don't know about anyone else, but for me personally, I love the knots in wood. It's not so much to me. It's like, yeah, the wood grain's nice, but when it has knots and stuff in it, it's so pretty. I'm gonna put this down. And I love the color. This color, I mixed it myself, so I've got to be careful. Like if I want to paint anything else this color, I only mixed up a gallon of it, and I mean I could probably color match it if I really wanted to, but I don't think I'm gonna paint a lot this color. But I did paint a wall in my bedroom this color, which I don't know if you guys know that. If you're on Instagram, you might have noticed it on my stories, but I want to show you the lighting. Oops. Okay, one thing that I love about this color is like by the window, see the light right there? Like it's the perfect color. It just, in the light, it's light enough but not obnoxious. It's kind of hard to tell, but in person, right there, it's like a deep green and it's just really pretty. I'm going to take a picture of it. The thing that I was kind of wanting to do is I was thinking of doing a video of like future plans, or like walk around the house and explain what I want to do. But then I am like hesitant as a creator because I'm like, oh, then people will take my idea. And then I'm like, who cares? Because even if they're trying to take the idea, like that's on them for one. Like either I'm inspiring them, so it's a good thing, or they just think that I still won't do it if it's already done because the fear of me looking like I'm copying someone. Either way, I will have a video that says like, hey, I'm gonna do this. So if people are smart, they'll figure that out. But in the end, I'm still going to do it my way, so I don't know. Thought about doing that. And then I was also thinking of doing at the same time, either separate, or because if I'm walking around the house, that's basically like a home tour. So I was thinking I could do a home tour video, like as a real lived in home. Not all like dressed up and fancy, you know, dressed up. But, and then explain projects through the video. Just thinking about that. Let me know down in the comments below. I mean, I probably still will do it, even if you say no. Like, why would you say no? Now someone's gonna say no just because. So I'm gonna make my coffee and then we'll get back into this video. Well, get the paint out of here. It's my life. But anyways, it's pretty. So this was white. There was, I don't know how much was in here, but there was white paint in here already. And I just basically poured in green that I had a long time ago. It was like different kinds of greens, like a neon, not bright, obnoxious, but a light green, a turquoise kind of color. So like blues and greens I poured into here. And that's how I got this color. So just kept stirring it till like I got the perfect color. I didn't want it too dark and I didn't want it too light. But at first I didn't know I had green. They're like little sample paints. I got them for free a long time ago. So I forgot about those in the garage. And then, so I had blue originally. Originally I had painted the whole bottom. It was like a faded blue. And then I stopped myself because I remembered that I had a little cabinet that was a tealish aqua kind of blue and thought it was cute at the moment. And then I realized, like, what am I doing? Like, blue is just not my thing. Blue looks really cute in teal and stuff, but it's just not my thing. So anyways, I have an espresso machine that I got from my husband's brother. It's like a $500 to $600 espresso machine. Like, it's really nice. And he sold it to me for $100. That's a steal. And that's a lot of money, but for that thing, for this coffee maker, so worth it. One of the best, more expensive things that I've paid for that I do not regret. So I just scoop it. I'm gonna make my coffee. Okay. Turn it on. I know it looks really complicated. You just turn it on. So I wasn't going to teach you how to make coffee, but here we are. Pretty random over here, just so you know. There's beans up in here, water tank in the back. It also allows you to pick the grind size, coarse, more fine, that way, pull it this way. The simplest way to explain it is once you find your settings, so you turn it on, power, simple. Put the little cup thingy in here, the holder. There we go. I had to turn on the flash. You do that. I usually have two hands when I'm doing this, but I can set it here with one hand. Take the little thing. It's magnetic. You pull that down. Oh, I didn't even know. I didn't even know it says right there. What's it say? It's so dirty. Tamper. Okay, it's a tamper. Whatever. Smusher. So you take the smusher. You put it in there. Okay, a little bit more. Push it again to stop it. Oops. Put it in the holder carefully. Oh my gosh. I just wasted coffee. All right, put that in. All right, hold on. I'm gonna have to do this with two hands. Okay, I'm gonna add some more. And I usually I put it in and I turn it so it kind of like spreads it. Okay, this is complicated. Okay, then, sorry it's so dirty. I've been frothing my milk. Anyways, you put it like that, and then I push program once, and I push the 2 cup. Okay, stop. Ew. Dump this out. Don't mind me saying it. I'm not trying to be all perfect here. Maybe in another video. All right. Push program, the 2 cup. We'll get syrups because we were buying creamer, and then for a while I was making my own creamer. And then my husband figured out that if you just add a little bit of flavoring, so add a little bit, and then pour milk in there too, you have your creamer. Like, it's basically just like creamer. Okay, I'll push program again in the 2 cups. Okay, I don't even know if I recorded any of that. Hold on. Okay, I just checked and it wasn't recording on part of that. So I was saying that you push this once and that once. This is just less, obviously 1 cup, 2 cups. But I have to do that twice. Let it run through the first time and then push this again. And when it stops, I push program again and the 2 cups again. And I basically got up to that line, poured it in there. And then I put a little bit of milk in here. So put a little bit of milk. The milk, and then you have this little thing on the side. You put this in here. I push it here. That is obviously like off. That's hot water. You can make like cocoa tea or whatever. It's good for all that stuff. But I go to here to the steam. And then you wait a while. You'll hear it doing its thing. Waiting. All right. It's working up its courage. I pull it out to the side a little bit. And I just go on like the edge. So I like it bubbly and messy. Okay, I just turned it off. Pull this out, put that in. Shut it off. And this thing is really hard to clean. It's hard to clean if you don't know what you're doing. Like, you just have to wet a rag and then wipe it when it's still wet like that. But before I do that, look at that. Yummy. Pour that in here. All of it. Crap. And then I'm going to stir that up. And that is how I've been making my coffee. I'm the weirdest YouTuber. Oh my gosh. And then I take a rag, I wet it a little bit, I'll just wipe it. Wipe that thing and wipe off all the other mess that it just got everywhere. And I dropped the milk cap. It landed good. Put it back on the milk. And voila. It is so good. Okay, I'm going to talk to you guys in the garage in a little bit. And before you click off, I'm not going to talk about I'm just going to talk in there because I actually have videos of me playing for my daughter to keep her entertained for a second while I try to finish this video out, because it's going up today, hopefully. Today's Saturday. Anyways, in the garage, I'm going to talk about kind of like New Year's resolutions, even though that's not my thing. Like, I'll explain later. And then my plans coming this next year. So not really resolution, more like goals or plans, what I'm going to be doing. And you're going to want to stay tuned because I'm sure a lot of you will be really happy to hear this. I wasn't going to tell anyone, but I'm going to tell you guys. So hold on. Hold that thought. Okay, by the time I actually got a chance to film this, it is late. It's about like 10 o'clock or so at night. I meant to have this video up earlier, but it's okay. Happy New Year to you guys. It's been quite a day. What I wanted to tell you guys is that I am going to be starting a new channel in the next year, starting tomorrow. And it basically is going to be a channel with all my older content. Can you hear the fireworks? Happy New Year! It is going to have all kinds of like stay-at-home mom content, whether it is cooking with day in the life, like show a full day in the life with, start to finish, or, just like normal kind of content like that. I will have shop with me's, I'll have probably decorate with me's, just that kind of content, just like I was doing rearrange with me's or makeovers, or more like bedroom refresh or things like that. And then on this channel that you're watching now, it will have what I've been doing, kind of like the storytelling kind of thing, like just random different kinds of clips. And I'll, kind of explain like what I've been up to, I guess is how you can describe it. And even though I have a baby and it is hard to ride my motorcycle, but I'm going to work on trying to find a way, like maybe my husband can follow me and they can go on a drive and then I can be on my bike, give me a little break and I can take you guys for a ride with me on my bike. And then I was thinking also maybe I can do like just different kinds of things. I was thinking like watching my older videos, like, yeah, you learn a lot, but I like the way my channel is changing on this channel, because then I feel like you can know more. Like maybe I can talk about the cars I have, because I have more than one, and talk about more of like my favorite kind of things, or just talk about whatever. And a couple videos I was thinking about doing coming up fairly soon is a video on why I used mobile home in my titles, because I used to put mobile home sized house in my titles, and I can do a whole video on that. And I was also thinking of doing like a home tour and stuff, like I have said, maybe future project plans or whatever, things like that. And also I want to do a Q&A, because there's way more people than there was the first time that I did a Q&A, or the only time. So kind of maybe you guys can ask questions down there, or if you're on my Instagram, which will be linked down below in the description box, you can ask me questions in my messenger there. So that is what is coming in the new year. And then as far as like New Year resolution, many of you already know if you're on my Instagram, and maybe through like one video that I posted, that I haven't been talking to my mom, haven't been having the best relationship lately. But just so you know, I am talking to my mom again just recently. And so basically my new, like my hope, I guess, how I want my year to go is I just want to have a relationship with her. I want to work through things instead of just getting so frustrated and feeling so much that I can't control it, to where I actually believe that I have no control over it, instead of like really sitting down and like trying to work through problems. And that can go like with anyone. It's not just her. So that's basically my resolution, I guess, if I have to have one. So I'm really excited. Also, I was thinking of doing a video on my channel about all the things and tips that I have learned on my own by myself about YouTube and what I've learned. And then I'm going to add that I'm going to be working with Kimmy Cope, and I'm going to be taking her course, and I'm so excited. And I'm going to be doing that to help out my new channel when I start it. And I'm so excited. But I'm going to tell you right now, because everyone knows like I'm pretty open, I am not going to sit here and tell you any of the tips that I learned from her. And don't be mad, because I mean, I feel like it's just kind of unfair. It's like a jab under her belt, I'm not going to pay her money and then her tell me everything that she learned on her own, just to like have me just for free give it out. So That's why I kind of want to do like a video on what I already know before I actually take her course. So that was a mouthful. And I just want to wish you guys a happy new year. And if you're in the same boat as me where you've had some pretty dramatic things happen this year, just know that, you know what, it's just one of those things. Just find the light. You know, you can have your days where it's okay to be sad. Just please don't like fall into the trap and like get stuck there. You know, just keep your head up. I can't say it's going to be okay, but you know, you're not alone. That's all I can say. So, that being said, Happy New Year's, and can't wait to see you in my next video. Love you guys. Also, thank you guys so much for all your support to this point. I know I've made it to 500. I'm not at 500 subscribers at this point, but I know I made it there because I have the community tab open. So I don't know what that's about, but even though I made it there and I'm going down in subscriber count, I just wanted to thank you guys so much, because I would not be like in this position right now or like be this motivated to bring more content if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you so much. Love you. Happy New Year. Bye. Also, before I go, I just love to talk to you guys. Also, before I go, I wanted to put Kimmy Cope's Instagram tag down, or her handle, on the screen here. So if you are a creator, even if you're at 1,000, just because you made it to 1,000 doesn't mean you couldn't use some really helpful tips. You know, so I figured you guys can go ahead and check her out, because I'm really excited for this course. And I heard that it got one girl monetized in 10 months and another girl from 50 to 500 subscribers in 2 months. And you don't have to just do the kind of content that she does, but her course is based around like the lifestyle or the homemaking content. So, but you can apply it to whatever content, like any kind of content that you choose to do. I'm just applying it to like that kind of content because it's kind of like my older style videos in a way. So I wanted to say that because I don't know. I mean, look where she's at. She has 3 channels, you know, and she's doing well. So I wanted to throw that out there. And then I forgot to mention that I was thinking like maybe I can have videos like with me and my mom, because one of our things used to be to go like thrift shopping. Like I love thrift shopping with my mom, and maybe she can let me do like a tour of her home, because she decorates so, like her place always looks so nice and cozy and just beautiful. She should just do it for a living, honestly. I have always told her like you could get paid to do that for people. So I was thinking of somehow having her in my videos, even if I don't show her. I do have one video where we were thrift shopping together, and you don't see her, but you can hear her for a little bit. It's just like short clips, but that video is on this channel. It's like way down. You have to scroll way down. It's an old video, and it just has a picture of me, and it says, I think it's a picture of me. And so I don't have like the thumbnails that have like a bunch of different pictures usually. And it just is called favorite actors or something like that. But I will also link that video down below. Anyways, that being said, Happy New Year! Never could have been thinking I would.